I'm Anna and this is PiTV News, and we are going to be interviewing people for the SU elections. And this is...
Magnus. Hello.
Can you please tell us what you're studying?
Yes, I am a third year history student.
Very nice. And how would you describe yourself in 3 words?
I would describe myself as, for alliterative purposes, confident, competent and committed.
I like the alliteration. And what position are you running for and why are you running?
I'm running for the position of Activity Engagement Officer. Broadly, the reason why I'm running is because I've spent the last 2.5 years, or however much you count this year as a year, as working on student committees for clubs and societies. I spent last year as president and run this year again as president for the Caledonian Society, and I've learned a lot about how the student union works, and I'd really love to continue working in that sphere, and I think there's a lot of things we can do to improve it. I'd like to be a part of that.
Nice. And what are 2 things that you want to achieve in this position, would you say?
Owing to my experience, there's a lot of things that are very sort of weird, annoying, bureaucratical things I'd like to address, but I think the things that students maybe can connect with more is that I'm really interested in exploring ways to reduce the cost which we're seeing for a lot of student societies which have risen in the last 2 years. It's a cost of living crisis is making things difficult anyway, and there are issues within the societies, in terms of raising funds, but I think that sort of £40 societies is quite a lot to spend, and I'd like to try and look at ways we can combat that. And also, we've got the wonderful opportunities now at UCL East, and I think we've had some really brilliant fairs and festivals that have started this year, the Winter Arts Festival for one, and I think expanding that franchise across UCL East would be really good because it would give a lot more people the opportunity to go out to Stratford and see what facilities they have there and encourage sort of like cross-campus events and integrate the 2 sort of student bodies together.
Yes,
really interested in that.
And what would you say is your favourite thing about UCL?
I think it's quite a basic answer that sort of the opportunities we are given living in London are sort of amazing, and you can't really find that elsewhere in the country, and I think that's probably one of the best things.
Nice.
We also have a lovely campus.
Very true. Very
so
true.
Pretty.
It's very nice. And what is your favourite UCL memory?
Oh Lord, I'd say it has to be the Caledonian Society Winter Ball last year, because that's the first one that I put on with my committee, and it went really well, and it was really a good feeling to see that we were able to do that and that people could enjoy it just as much as we'd enjoyed it when we were just members the year before, so that was a really good feeling.
Nice. And what is your favourite ice cream flavour? Hard question.
Yeah, well, no, it's just that, I don't know, I'm not going to say very interesting saying vanilla, but I don't know, I like it, and that's that, and if you want to judge me, do, fine, I like vanilla, shut up, leave me home, it's fine.
Vanilla is great, and that is, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anna from PiTV News, and this is...
Alexia Mihaila.
Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself, Alexia, and what you're studying?
Absolutely. So I'm a 4th year Arts and Sciences student, and I'm running for the Activities and Engagement Officer position.
Can you describe yourself in 3 words, please?
3 words. Okay.
Yes.
I would say resilient, patient, and easygoing.
Nice. And what position are you running for again, and why are you running for that position?
Activities and engagement. So the main reason why I'm running is throughout my 4 years of UCL, I feel like I've kind of traveled around through all of the departments that I'm supposed to oversee with this position. I've been volunteering, I've been working with sports teams, doing varsity with film society as well. I've been in media societies, event societies. I feel like I've been kind of all over the place. So I guess I know how things work out, and there are things that I would love to change, and I see people need that change, and I think I can do it.
And what are 2 things that you want to achieve with this position?
So 2 things that I want to do would be, the first one would be promoting clubs. I've heard this from various clubs, for example, even sports clubs, that they need more promotion, which is harder to do when you have over 600 clubs and societies running and opportunities and more. So one main thing that I would love to do is to give them a platform, for example, bi-weekly shorts or different sort of ways in which they can promote what they do and who they are and get people involved. more. And also another thing that I would love to do is fix kind of the booking system. Our current booking systems for events and even for equipment, it takes such a long time, and it would be great to kind of streamline that process and also maybe try to negotiate more the cuts that the bars take from ticketing fees. And it would also be great to get more speakers in and make it easier to get speakers in, because the external speakers form also takes a while.
That's great. And what would you say is your favorite thing about UCL?
I would say, as cheesy as it sounds, the community, because I feel like most of my great experiences related to UCL are with clubs and societies, but at the same time, all of that is because of the people that I meet through that. So I definitely say that that's the biggest part. So, and I feel like most can relate to it as well. Like, obviously I can relate to it based on the clubs that I've been involved in, but then everyone else must feel the same about the people that they meet here.
And on your experience at UCL, what would you say is your favorite memory?
My favorite memory, that's a lot. A lot of memories. At UCL specifically, I always love Rhapsody. I think that's one of my favorite events. I used to do it with Stage Crew, and then I used to film it with Film Sock. But then, what other events? I think also the Arts Bowl last year was really great, and also the varsity streams are always so much fun because you get to film them, and it's also very so entertaining because then you have to switch cameras and kind of see what the, anyways, yeah, see that. It's kind of three, it's not one, but.
Okay. And last question, what would you say is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor? I really like salted caramel. Go for that.
Thank you, Alexia.
Thank you, Anna. It's nice to meet everyone. Please vote on Monday.
Hi, I'm Anna, and this is PiTV News, and we are here to interview candidates for the SU elections. And this is...
Hi, my name is Rufaydah. I'm running for Activities and Engagement Officer.
Nice. And what are you studying, Rufaydah?
So I'm in my final year studying cancer biomedicine.
Nice. And how would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Amazing question. How would I describe myself in 3 words? I describe myself as loud, organized, and say green, because I have green hair basically all the time.
And could you go over the position you're running for again and why you were running for the position?
So I'm running for Activities and Engagement Officer because in my final year I was on the committee for 2 societies, and so I really got to know how the student union works alongside societies, and unfortunately I also got to know the things it's kind of lacking with and the improvements that need to be made. And so I wanted to run as Activities and Engagement Officer to help make those improvements, to make sure that other students don't have as bad of an experience as I do and have a much more amazing experience when they enter societies and everything.
I see. And what are 2 things that you want to achieve in this position?
My 2 main things I want to achieve, first one would definitely be increased funding and a faster reimbursement system for the societies so that students aren't out of pocket for as long as they can be. And then the second one would be a fairer and much more streamlined equipment and room booking system so that all societies have equal access to all the rooms and equipment available for events.
Nice. And what is your favorite thing about UCL?
My favorite thing about UCL is probably the food that you can get at Print Room Cafe. They have a really good variety of options. There's a biryani there that tastes very good. Not as great as my mum's, but definitely up there.
And what is your favorite UCL memory?
Favorite UCL memory. This past month I took committee pictures for Pakistan Society. We took it out in the quad. It was really nice weather. We were all wearing our matching hoodies and just, it was really nice weather. We were expecting it to rain, but the sun was out and quad looked really nice and just the vibes were there. That was probably my best memory, taking those pictures.
And what would you say is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, great question. Probably classic vanilla, but those vanilla ice cream cones where it's vanilla and then you have like the hard shell chocolate on the outside, that's ice cream. That's my favorite.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No worries, thank you.
Hi, I'm Anna, and this is PiTV News, and we are here today with...
I'm Aoife.
Could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you're studying?
I'm a 3rd year psychology student, and I'm heavily involved in arts and drama.
That's great. And what 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
Probably compassionate, hectic, and loyal.
Nice. And what what position are you running for and why are you running for that position?
I'm running for activities and engagement. And I'm running because I've been involved in sports and art societies throughout my time at UCL, and as much as I've loved it and the opportunities available, I do think there are definitely rooms for improvement, and I would like to try and implement such improvements.
Nice. And what are the 2 things that you want to achieve in this position?
I think definitely a greater like accessibility and inclusion across all societies and activities, and for events, for careers and volunteering. I think that is one thing I really care about. And another thing is, it would be hard to decide between facilities in terms of room bookings and stuff. I think definitely just spaces. We need spaces. We need spaces for everything. And there are different ways to go about that.
Great. And what is your favorite thing about UCL?
It's a tough one. I do like my late nights at the student centres, not because I like to study, but it's actually quite nice once everyone's gone. But probably fold pizza.
Very valid, very valid. And what has been your favorite UCL memory so far?
That's a tough one. In first year, actually, it's not tough. In first year, it was during the exam period. I had my guitar with me because I was shooting a film, like a short film for one of the media students. And I was like trying to do my essay or whatever in the student centre, and then I saw my friend and he had his drumsticks on him, or his brushes or whatever. And we went to Portico and we just kind of had a little jam session in Portico, and like one of his friends came along and like did some more stuff, so we were like singing and playing guitar and drums on Portico, and it was really nice actually.
That does sound like a very nice vibe. And what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
It's a tough one. Salted caramel, I think, yeah. Or hazelnut.
Hazelnut, I see.
If hazelnut salted caramel was a flavour, it would be that.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, I'm Anna and this is PiTV News, and we are here with
Anastasija, and I'm a 3rd year Econ and Business student with Eastern European Studies studying at CESA undergrad.
Nice. And could you please describe yourself in 3 words?
I'd say I'm easygoing, I'm quite fun, and also I'm very dedicated to anything I do.
That's great. And what position are you running for and why are you running for that position?
So I'm running for Activities and Engagement Officer, and I've decided to run for that role because I was a commuter for my whole 3 years of my life, and for me, societies, sports societies, art societies have been a big part of my life at UCL. Like I would have not made friends otherwise, and I want to share that same experience and make people that don't usually join societies feel more involved and get new friends who have the same experiences and same fun as I did. I've been obviously part of cheerleading. I'm the current treasurer, but I've also been the sponsorship volunteer in tech in my previous years. I've been involved in K-pop soc, in dance soc, also CES. I've done some volunteering events for CES soc, and some econ socs as well, and cultural like Russia, Ukrainian socs. So I feel like I've got a really good grasp of all the societies, and I think there are some things that Student Union does really well, and it's been really helpful this year, especially running a society as a treasurer. But I think when I've become treasurer, I've noticed there are some things that Student Union can definitely improve to, first of all, help the committee members to run the clubs easier, increase the engagement for clubs, especially for like postgrad students. I know there's been a lot of programs, but I still think that in some clubs and societies the engagement is quite low. Also increasing alumni. I don't think alumni is a big focus of UCL, especially in like clubs and societies, and they're like weekly or like bi-weekly events. So I definitely want to improve that. And also like UCL E students as well. They live quite far and quite difficult for them to travel. Also like I feel like this year what we've done successfully as a club was run a lot of collabs. However, I do think in the future I want to boost collabs between clubs, but not just sports clubs between themselves, but clubs with cultural societies or with art societies. So to see, because people have interest in all of these things, so they can get more involved in all the societies.
That's great. And you've gone over it a bit, but are there 2 things specifically that you want to achieve with this position?
So the 2 main things, I mean, I kind of briefly mentioned, but I definitely want to increase like funding for inter-society collaborations. That would be both between like sports clubs and sports and society clubs, cultural clubs, so that all the people and the members get to experience different type of activities. I know some people tend to stick to like 1 or 2 clubs, but then they try something new in their like last year, and they're like, why did I not try this in my first year? So just to get engagement throughout the years for all societies, and get people more involved in their student life, get more friends, have more fun. And the second thing I'd say would be to have more volunteering opportunities for clubs and societies. I think there's already quite a lot through the volunteering service. However, I think it's not really directed at clubs and societies. And like as my time as volunteering secretary, I came up with my own volunteering project, which was teaching cheerleading to little children at a school. But I think the process was quite hard, and I was really unsure on what I was doing. So I think in the future, I'd want to for there to be more support for volunteering officers, or like within societies, or treasurers, presidents, captains, for them to lead volunteering events, come up with new ideas, create more unique events, and give them more support. So that would be my two like main things.
That's great. And what would you say is your favorite thing about UCL?
There's a lot of things I like about UCL. I'd say the amount of activities and involvement. So like as I said, like activities have been a big part of my life. Like I probably go to my trainings and other events more than I go to my lectures. But I think that would be the best thing. Like I made so many friends, and I think I had a great work-student life balance, and I want to share that same happiness with other people. I don't want people's uni life to just be, oh, let's go to my lecture and then go home. I feel like, especially if you're commuting, it's quite difficult to make friends because you really only see people in your lectures. But I think societies definitely has made me have some really great friends.
Yeah, and what has been your favorite UCL memory?
My favorite UCL memory, but there's so many. My favorite UCL memory was probably winning Volunteer Club of the Year in last year's Sports Awards. So I know I worked really hard with volunteering events last year as a volunteer in SAC, and it was really fun to get that recognised. And also, like, I think it left such a positive impact that we're doing the volunteer project again, and we have so much more involvement now, and other clubs are getting involved. I know this year we had the Sports Leaders Conference, and we talked a lot about the volunteer project that we started with my other volunteer in SAC, and a lot of more clubs are getting now involved in different, like creating their own volunteering projects. So I think that was definitely the long-lasting impact was probably my most favourite memory. Makes me feel quite proud actually.
Yeah, it's amazing. And last question, what would you say is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Quite frankly, I feel like I'm quite basic. I'd probably say matcha. But yeah, matcha.
I wouldn't say that's basic.
Maybe a little bit.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.